that article we seen about how AM radio is pretty much done. All of these electric vehicles, we know Tesla didn't have it, but now all of these new electric vehicles that are being made, all the different, including Ford, the 2023 Ford pickup truck, whatever it is, that electronic vehicle is not going to have AM radio. And from what I understand, FM is not far behind. If you have a new vehicle, then got a new infotainment system, try and find terrestrial radio on that thing. It is not an easy job. I know you guys got a new vehicle. How many taps does it take to get terrestrial radio?
Dude, I'm at the point where I don't even feel comfortable. Like, and I'm pretty good at electronics and technology and music, and I'm a DJ, and all the buttons on there, it's just so hard. You kind of have to go to your preset to even set your FM stations if you want to, but it's changing so much, man. And I remember even, back when I was in radio, and this is when we had first launched our apps, and we were streaming online, and our general manager at the time was like, I'm telling y'all, in a few years, it's not going to be them punching the FM buttons anymore. It's going to be them punching apps on their dashboard, whatever they have in their vehicle. It's going to be apps instead of those FM buttons. I'm telling y'all. And then we somewhat believed it. But then, I mean, you know how it is. Oh no, that's never gonna be that way. It's only gonna be the fancy vehicles that's gonna be that way, and it's not. It's almost standard now. And I think I shared with you before, man. It was now. I mean, I guess probably 4 years ago. My son, he took my truck, and he wanted to change out the radio in it, and he bought an aftermarket radio. He got it put in. He came back with a box to show me what he got. I think it was a Kenwood radio. And dude, AM, FM was so small on the bottom of that box. It was like an afterthought. It was Pandora, Spotify, this, that, and the other. That's what it was all about. And on the bottom, AM, FM radio.
Yeah. And look, we both belong to the small market radio group on Facebook. By the way, anybody that doesn't know, we have been in radio for decades now.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that small market radio group, I've been in there years and years telling people, guys, it's on the horizon. Mm-hmm. And people are very much naysayers. They don't like to hear, because what you get is, well, they said the same thing about television, but guess what? Radio's still here. They said the same thing about satellite radio, but guess what? Radio's still here. And to some instance, that is true. Mm-hmm. But radio, you get in your vehicle, and it was, as soon as you turn the vehicle on, the radio came on.
Right.
Television wasn't in there. Satellite radio did exist. That was a threat. Mm-hmm. But now the infotainment center that is changing, the new electric vehicles that are changing, and that was a big argument I had with one of these guys just the other day in this Facebook group, where he's like, well, electric vehicles are stupid, basically. And I'm like, I'm not arguing with you about electric vehicles.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they are a thing, and whether we like it or not, well, it's the damn Democrats. Fine, it's the damn Democrats. But whether you like it or not, all of these, whether it's Ford, Chevy, whatever, they have all committed by 2025 or whatever. They want to be mostly producing electric vehicles. The government is giving so much money to assist in electric vehicle production. In California, I think by 2025, they will not produce another gas engine in that state. So whether we like it or not, that's where we're going. So the best thing you can do is just suck it up and adapt and figure out how to adapt now. And in fact, we should have been adapting 5 years ago.
Yep. And there's some radio groups that have adapted a little bit more than others. There's some that believe in it a little bit more than others, and there's some that just don't want to see that happen. They're holding on to what was there and what was in the past. And look, will the FM radio shut off tomorrow? No, absolutely not. It's not going to shut off tomorrow, but there's so much more with the digital space now, and opportunities are there, not just for radio, pretty much for anyone. But I mean, what do you think, man? Over the next 5 or so years, I mean, we could be seeing a little bit more of a change when it comes to FM radio.
Yeah, AM radio's done now.
Yeah.
I mean, even without them cutting the signal off, I look, we have friends still in the business that are on AM radio, and I don't want to break their hearts. We know people that own these AM stations. My personal opinion is sell that shit to some poor sucker and GTFO on that. Whatever you have, whatever the brand is, I'm not saying get rid of your brand, but move that over, evolve into digital, find a way to do it digital, and just get rid of that AM signal. Now, there's probably not going to be a buyer for it because nobody, but if there may be one poor sucker out there, take advantage of them now. You should have did it 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But do it now. For FM, I think whether it's warranted or not, you see, the thing with the electric vehicles is the signals compete with the battery or whatever the deal is. Yeah. So there's too much interference. AM signal is terrible, so they're just not putting it. But that becomes a precedent. That becomes the precursor, and then you're just FM is gonna fall as well. I mean, I don't. Let's see. I've been in radio since 2002, so it's been 20 years, and you've been in radio forever as well. When I turn my vehicle on, even though, even if it wasn't a pain to find terrestrial radio, I still don't listen to it. I don't. When I get into my vehicle, the CarPlay app comes up, and immediately, just like FM radio would turn on when you got in your vehicle, CarPlay comes up, and that's what I listen to. Whether it's mostly going to be podcasts. It was probably something I was listening to. I had the phone in my pants, and I walked into the vehicle, and it just continues the podcast or the YouTube video listening to, and that's due. I mean, how